What's up, Funkoholics? Wave 7 of the SDCC Funko exclusives is Warner Brothers, and I think it's the wave that contains the properties that I'm least familiar with, but I gotta admit, they have some really nice designs. If you're a big fan of the 100, you're probably gonna think this pop is really cool, but it's also gonna suck, cause this guy is limited to only 750 pieces. So far, I think that is the most limited pop of the con so far. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with this series, but this design is highly detailed and it looks pretty cool. Good luck trying to get him though. Baby with Dean from Supernatural is the first pop ride so far, and he doesn't look to be numbered, so he's going to be shared outside of the con. But like the 100, I don't watch Supernatural and I don't know too much about it, but I do know that Supernatural is highly popular. Overall, I like the design of it. The car looks really slick. I like how the trunk opens up. I don't think any other pop ride has an opening trunk. The pop itself looks a little plain to me though, and the head really looks like the same head from the Hawkeye pop, maybe slightly different, but to me they look interchangeable. It's the first thing I think of when I look at it. Not sure how I feel about his hands being in his coat when he's like supposed to be driving a car, but overall I'm sure Supernatural fans are going to be pretty happy with this. I'm not a big fan of the 2-packs, especially because sometimes the characters they put together don't even make sense, but in this case they do, and they both look really good. I still wish they were single pops, but at least these characters go well together. I like how Aragorn is holding his pipe and he's got his hood up. And he's actually pretty detailed. Got some mud splatter on him. I like how his hand is resting on the sword. Overall, he looks pretty good, and so does Arwen, from her scene where she's running away from the Nazguls. A really cool pop ride would have been her riding a horse. That I would have liked to see. This also doesn't appear to be numbered, so they'll be available outside of the con. I don't collect Harry Potter. I've seen the movies. I think they're alright. I'm not a huge fan. But I do think that this Harry Potter on his broomstick holding that snitch is maybe the best Harry Potter pop I've ever seen. I like the way they sculpted his hair. He really does look like he's flying, and it's a great idea for a pop. It's very iconic, and it looks to have turned out really well. I feel like this is going to be one of the most popular pops this year, and luckily he is shared. Having seen the Harry Potter movies only once, a while ago, Luna Lovegood was one of the most memorable characters to me. I thought she was just adorable, and so is this pop. I forget what those glasses are supposed to do, but they look really good. And this pop looks to have a bunch of tiny little details like her earrings, the magazine she's holding, the speckles on her skirt, her socks, her shoes. Highly detailed pop. I really hope they execute it well. And I also believe that this is one of the coolest Harry Potter pops out there now. And she is also shared, so you'll have a high chance of getting her if you want her. And lastly, Funko is making an Alchemy from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And this pop has a super beautiful and colorful paint job and overall design. Really impressive. And I think that's the first time I've ever seen a 6-inch pop that's in kind of one of these like sideways boxes. Kind of hard to tell how big this thing is actually going to be. The Alchemy is going to be shared outside of the con. My guess is going to be Barnes & Noble. I remember that's where the Newt went from last year. And in my experience, Barnes & Noble doesn't do a great job with a lot of their shared exclusives, but during SDCC, they tend to get their shit together, so it shouldn't be too hard to find if you have a Barnes & Noble in your town. That was Wave 7. Nothing I'm really interested in, except for maybe the Lord of the Rings 2-pack, but maybe one of the best designed waves so far. Really great, colorful, and detailed pops. Alright guys, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching and have a good one.